The Satir family therapy model, also called Communications Humanistic Family Therapy, focuses on the power of communication and family reconstruction. In this video, the Russ family attends therapy when one of the members, Jacob, plans to move away to college. This move will upset the balance or homeostasis of the Russ family because Jacob is the peacemaker, or in terms often used in Satir's model, the placater, and he often puts the needs of his sister and mother before his own. Mrs. Russ would be considered the blamer, and she focuses on her own needs and their context within the family without recognizing the needs of other family members. Sarah, like her mother, is also a blamer and may blame others when her needs are unmet. However, most of her anger is directed towards her mother. This session highlights the 3 stages of Satir's model: making contact or establishing an initial relationship, chaos or disturbing the status quo and bringing the problem directly into the therapeutic setting, and integration of new skills. The new skill highlighted in this session involves making I statements and encouraging family members to express thoughts and feelings directly to other members instead of asserting what others may be thinking or feeling at a given time. The video also illustrates the negative impact of double bind messages that are conflicting and thus place excessive demands on family members. Mrs. Russ's assertion that she wants the best for her son while pressuring him to stay at home causes Jacob to feel caught in the middle and overwhelmed instead of feeling excited about finally attending the college of his dreams. Stage 1, which is called contact, begins as the family enters therapy, and as you can see, Jacob's mother seeks a place in the room close to her son. Sarah, however, chooses to put distance between herself and her mother, and may initially feel left out of the process. The therapist, Dr. Chang, will utilize the Satir family model to promote improvement in communication between Mrs. Russ, Sarah, and Jacob.
Briefly tell me what you're hoping to get out of this for today and just for our weeks to come. So, Sarah, I see you over there. Do you want to kind of get started for us?
Well, if she could stop, like, controlling me and trying to, like, dictate how I live my life. I mean, I'm just trying to, like, figure things out, and she keeps imposing all these things on me, and what am I supposed to do, you know? And then, you know, like, Jacob's going to go, he's got great things going on, you know, like, that's so great. But, I mean, she keeps controlling both of us, and it's like, I just don't even know. You got to fix her.
Okay, so it sounds like you're kind of not happy with the current state of communication right now, and maybe is that something that you would want to work on?
I wouldn't have to impose if she did what she needed to do.
Yes. If you could fix her, that would be great.
All right.
Wouldn't you know? She wants to fix me.
Well, how about for you, Jacob?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard because I'm going away. I'm going to Harvard, and it's like I'm not really sure what's going to happen when I leave.
We really need him at home. He's been such a good mediator between how she is and my need to run a household. I am a single parent. This has been really, really hard for the last 5 years, and she's just gotten worse and worse. So Jacob has been really valuable to us.
We'll hear from you in a little bit, but I really want to hear it from Jacob. So what are you hoping to get out of our time together?
I mean, I guess I just want... It'd be nice if at the end of this I didn't feel like I'm constantly in the middle of what's going on. Like, right now I just feel like I'm not really with either of them because they're both so distant from each other, and I don't know where I am in the family.
So Jacob, it sounds like you just want to be at a place where you feel safe to go to school, and maybe that you even have space to feel like you're not stuck in the middle between the two of them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Ms. Russ, what would you like to get out of our time together?
Well, I'd like for her to be not to run around and sleep with her boyfriend all the time.
I'm not sleeping
and
with him.
She, you know, and she will not go to school to have a really productive career. But she has a chance, a perfectly good school near her, to go to junior college, and she could get a cosmetology degree, and she could earn a real living. Instead, she is at some coffee shop, Starbucks or something. I am fine. I can handle myself. I have for 5 years handled myself.
Which is why we
their
need to
father left. And so I've had all this responsibility. I think they could say that I have done a great job during that time. Sarah has trouble seeing the great job I have done, whereas I think Jacob understands a little more, and I really like, the fact that he's kind of been the man of the family since his father left him. That's been really important for us. And so I'm concerned with him leaving about how she and I will do. So if she would talk to me and if she'd do what I wanted her to do, then I think it would really be helpful.
Okay, so I hear some communication skills that you're alluding to. And thank you all for sharing your independent and your individual perspectives as to why you're here. Just while you all were talking, I noticed just kind of the nonverbals going on. Maybe some of the people in this room aren't really looking at each other when they're talking for the other person. So an exercise I would like us all to start doing in the session, it might take some practice, so nobody's going to be perfect at it, but to really start using I statements and also try to make eye contact with the person who you're talking to. It communicates respect, but also it helps them figure out, yes, you're referring to me. So instead of saying, he does so-and-so, instead you would say something like, I feel this way because I noticed that he is doing something. Does that make sense?
I guess so. Maybe.
Okay. So let's kind of go back around. We did one nice little cycle, but back to Sarah. How did it make you feel? And once again, thinking about the I statements and the eye contact and everything, how did it make you feel to hear, everybody else's goal for therapy?
Well, I feel as though she is trying to control me.
Okay, so you are feeling controlled.
Yes.
Okay. Can you say more about that?
I don't do anything right. I want to leave, and she won't let me. I want to stay, and she makes me come home. Like, I have a curfew. I'm an adult. I can make my own choices.
So, Sarah, I think that you said some very important things. Can you try that again, and this time kind of direct your eye contact to your mom while you're saying those things? Okay.
Mom, I feel that you are trying to control me and that I can't do anything right.
Well, Sarah, I feel that you don't do very much right, so I hope we can work on that.
So what did you hear Sarah say? She already communicated to you feeling angry and kind of that she can't do anything right. But what feelings came up for you while she was sharing that?
I'm concerned, and Sarah, I feel scared for you, and I feel angry at you. It's hard. You're a hard person to live with, and I feel scared and angry about that. That's what I feel.
All right. So, Sarah, what did you just hear your mom say, and how did that make you feel?
I just heard my mom say that I'm trouble, that I don't do anything right, and I could never do anything right.
So did you hear anything else that she said?
Mom, I feel as though you don't trust me enough to make my own decisions, and that I'm making good decisions. And I feel that every decision I make is not how you would make it, and has to be perfect.
I'm just really worried about you making the same kind of mistakes I've had, and I wouldn't want you to go through the same kind of life I've gone through the last 5 years on my own. And so I just don't know where things will end up, and I'm scared about that. And so sometimes I feel angry, and it's been so helpful to have Jacob here because he kind of balanced things out. And so I also feel very sad that he's decided to leave us.
So thank you, Mrs. Russ, for sharing. I know it took a lot to be able to open up like that. And I think, Jacob, you've been sitting here so nicely, and I'm kind of wondering, what are you hearing from both of the sides, and how are you feeling right now?
I don't know. I guess I'm hearing the same things I always hear, which is that I'm the only one who can be trusted in the family, is I guess what I hear, because neither of them can trust each other. And all I want is to like be in a loving environment, I guess. And so I just do everything that I possibly can to make it as like peaceful as possible. But it's just like it gets draining at times. And then now that I'm like thinking of or planning to move away, I feel like there's just going to be this black hole here when I leave, and it's going to be my fault. If things went bad, it'd be my fault because I'm the one who left. Like, I'm the one who didn't stay to fix things.
Just like his dad left, you know, so this leaving business is really hard for both Sarah and me.
Yeah, I get this feeling that people want to do it right. How is it for you, Ms. Russ, to hear Jacob express just his conflict about leaving?
Well, I don't want him to feel overwhelmed, and I'll do anything I can to support him, and that's why I thought it might be better if he stayed home, because then
I'm going to pause it really quickly. Do you mind turning to him and telling him his right statement?
I'm sorry you're feeling overwhelmed. I really don't want that to be there, but you're so strong and so good, and you've done such a good job in helping both Sarah and I've been able to lean on you, and it is. It's going to be really hard when you leave. It's going to be hard for both of us to manage without you. But I want the best for you.
All right, Sarah. So we have a lot going on here, and they shared a lot, and I just wanted to make sure that you had a voice in this. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling frustrated. Mom, I hear you say you want him to do this and him to do that, and that's what you want. But what about what we want? I mean, where do we get a say in this? This is our lives, not just yours.
I just want the best for you.
Well, what if leaving is the best for him? And what if me working at Starbucks is the best thing for me?
As the session closes, Dr. Chang asks Mrs. Russ, Jacob, and Sarah to continue to make I statements to each other on a daily basis to improve communication patterns. Over the next few weeks, Dr. Chang carefully monitors their ability to engage with each other, and a few months later, as the therapeutic relationship draws to a close and Jacob is set to leave home, the family offers a few closing thoughts.
Sarah and I went out and did some shopping, and she made some fairly good choices for her clothes, and we've all been helping Jacob get ready to go away, and I think we're all feeling a little sad about that.
I mean, it felt good to like spend time with Mom, but I mean, there things we still need to work on. She still thinks I don't pick out the right clothes or anything like that. But it was nice to sit down and have a meal and talk.
Yeah, I guess for me, it just, as I'm getting ready to make the move, it feels less like I'm abandoning the family. Like I'm still a part of it, even though I'm leaving the state. Mm-hmm. So I'm more comfortable with the move. And so, it is a little sad to be leaving home, but it's more comfortable to know that I'm supported in my decision to kind of continue my life out at Harvard.
Right. So with Jacob leaving, I think it would be a great chance for you all to continue using those I statements and looking each other in the eye, especially when he comes back, and then, kind of go from there, see how you all are doing at that point in time.